Is the Sony a6300 still sensible to use in 2019? Yeah, is it? Is it worth actually buying it, given so many amazing cameras that's been released from Sony since the a6300? Minus the a6400. I still have my reservation on that, but I have a video on it somewhere. Left, right, check it all about. Um, yes, a6300 is a camera I've used quite a while, and I use it quite often, even in 2019. Why? Because it's from the Alpha series, and it packs a lot of features for this small body. This is a mount converter that Sony made. So I'm still using like a Samyang 40 millimeters from the A mount system. Um, the camera can shoot 4K, so that would not change. Yes, initially there was a lot of overheating issue. Not initially, there still is, but there are so many solutions. Instead of using the normal batteries, the MP FW50 batteries, you could use a caddy. I've found out that me using the caddy has actually helped a lot with the overheating. And just be sensible. Don't shoot next to a radiator or any heating source. Yes, you can't avoid it sometimes if you're from a high temperature country, but at the same time, there is still ways around it. All the solutions that people found was, lifting the screen away from the body so that the heat can dissipate a bit easier. But for me, one of the easier solution was just not using the batteries at all. Using the caddy that can go to a USB or to a DC power. That's my easiest solution for that. So the overheating is not really something that I would say is a constant problem for me. But the camera is obviously, if you're in the Sony system, it's quite easy to use. A lot of times I combine it with A7R2 because that can shoot 4K as well, and with A7 II and A7 III, and the footage, they just tend to look very similar, like the Sony color that you love or you hate. I'm in the middle because I'm stuck with using it, so I don't really have a preference anymore. So yes, so for me the workflow is a lot easier because I can apply the same type of grading to all the footages from the camera. So it just kind of makes my life a bit easier, being able to pick this camera up. And because of the size, let me remove the lens. It's tiny. It's pocketable. This is the Pocket Cinema, pocket mirrorless camera. Really, it's pocketable in a way. So it's a small camera. Like seriously, if I was to use a Sony, which is still a far fetched thing to do. This is the Sony 55 or size. Is it size? I can't even remember. It's the Sony, yeah. The 55 1.8. It's quite small. It's a small footprint. Um, Autofocus is great, definitely. Uh, if you're using the native lens, if you're adapting, obviously that's your own problem at the end of the day because of the problems with adapting. I personally love adapting, so I don't really care too much about the autofocus, only when I'm taking pictures. But autofocus is great, really good video quality. Like I said, the 4K as well, really good. So what's not to love? You don't always have to follow the hype of new cameras. There are still older cameras that are functioning very well, and definitely this A6300 is one of them. When A6500 was released, it was meant to fix some things in A6300, which I could see from my usage as well. But at the same time, A6500 was released, it made the A6300 cheaper, which now makes it more sensible to buy without really, you know, forking out too much money. And in this day and age, you can get them secondhand very, very easily. And the price is not really going to break your bank, and you're getting good quality in 2019. So, my conclusion is, does it make sense to actually get this camera in 2019? The quickest answer is yes, but it still depends on your use case. The physical footprint is really great. It's very tiny. You almost can't feel the you've got the camera. if you're carrying it in your hands, compared to using like a 5D Mark IV from Canon or a 700D, 7D, or anything like that. It's a really compact camera, packing so many good features. So yeah, it is what it is. It makes sense to get an a6300 in 2019. Basically, whatever your use case is, it's going to be useful in some ways. Anyways, that's my quick kind of overview on the a6300. Thank you so much. It's Samuel from 10 Things I Like. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't like it, bash the thumbs up button. That way I will know that you're angry about my video. Subscribe, turn on the bell for notification as I'm growing. I would love to grow with you on this channel. But anyways, that's all really. And thank you so much for staying till the end, and peace.